Hey everybody, it's Stephanie White from LouisvilleFamilyFun.net, and this is the third episode of Turn of the Beat Cooking by Numbers. And today we have Chef Joel.
Hello.
Yes, so we have Chef Joel here to talk about 2 twists on boring chicken. So the reason I picked this is because chicken is like the go-to family meat.
Absolutely.
Or maybe ground beef.
Either one. They're both pretty close.
Right, they're pretty close. Okay, so I regularly buy chicken. I regularly buy ground beef. You know, I might occasionally buy a pork or, you know, turkey or ham or something like that. But for chicken, there's like 3 things I do. And we were joking before. Let's see if any of you do this. We were joking before about the crock pot. You said your mom did what with the crock pot chicken?
Just put some chicken in a crock pot, throw a sauce on it, call it done.
Yeah, so everybody's done that, right? So we've talked about like crock pot and a prayer, right? You put the chicken in the crock pot, you mix some liquidy, creamy stuff in, you put it in there, and then you wait and you hope and pray that it comes out well. So in order to solve that problem, Chef Joel is going to give us some ideas, 2 ideas for chicken that are real food.
Yep.
They have real ingredients. We've got delicious, I smell these, the limes. If only we had like smell here. Limes smell great. So like real food rather than just taking some
Real
frozen
food,
chicken and
delicious
sticking it.
food, healthy food, all
Healthy
of the
food.
above.
It's instead of, somebody's calling into the show. Instead of just taking frozen chicken and sticking it in the oven.
Absolutely.
So let's get started. What are we going to do first?
All right. So the first thing that we're going to start with is we're going to be making homemade chicken tacos.
Chicken tacos, and this is popular. I like taco anything. We do taco.
Anything.
You know, people do Taco Tuesday.
Yep, I do Taco Tuesday.
But this is chicken instead of ground beef and doing the traditional crunchy shell.
Yep,
Right.
we're soft tacos today. So you talk about boring chicken and things like that, and if you're like me, or anyone in your family is like me, I really don't care for dark meat chicken.
Okay.
I'm
Me
strange in
neither.
that way.
I'm
Yeah.
a chicken breast kind
So
of gal.
I have this chopped up dark meat from chicken thighs that I have that I don't like to eat, but I'm going to prepare it in a way that's awesome. Like, I love this recipe. I cook it for myself at home all the time.
Okay, and you're not particularly like a fan of just eating darker
No,
meat.
I
So
really
this
don't.
would be like if, for me, I shop sales at the grocery store. So sometimes maybe chicken breasts aren't on sale, but chicken thighs are. So
Exactly.
here's what we're going to do. Okay,
Exactly.
we're going to fire it up. And guys, we've tested this. If you watched last week, our heat is going to work here. All right,
Well,
let's do
Speaking
it.
of the heat, we're going to go ahead and get that started
Turn
now.
that on.
There we go.
All right, we got it.
All right.
We beeped it. We
So-
beeped it. Beep, 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 beep.
While that's going, we want to season this meat, get it ready for
Okay.
cooking. So we're going to actually make our own taco seasoning right here.
And I like that idea because for families, they will think convenience, buy the seasoning packet, but it's going to have...
A lot of extra additives and sodium in it, things that aren't super great for you. And when you're making it, you can control the flavor as well.
And you can make it hot, you can make it more savory or something. And so you have 5 things here. What do we
I do.
have?
So we're going to mix it up together in this bowl right
Okay.
here. And the first thing we're going to add is 2 tablespoons of chili powder.
Chili powder. Chili powder is not like particularly hot.
No,
Right.
not particularly.
Okay.
Then
What
we
is
have 2 tablespoons of cumin.
Cumin.
That's where we get that really good flavor.
Cumin is good
Comes
stuff.
From there. And we have 1 teaspoon of oregano.
Oregano. You see, I would not have thought, or I think oregano Italian.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's different. All right.
Yep. Then we have just about a half teaspoon of cayenne pepper.
Cayenne. So you could put more if
You
you
could
wanted
put
it
more,
hotter.
you could put
I do have a
less.
friend whose son loves like super hot.
And then lastly, we have a teaspoon of paprika.
Paprika. I kind of like put paprika in everything.
Yeah, it goes good with a lot of things.
And it's good color. So just kind of mix these
Just kind
up.
of blend it up till it's all mixed together.
All right. Looks really, really nice, guys. Really, really nice. And you don't need that much.
No,
Okay?
you should never really need that much. In fact, I don't think we'll need all of this.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and put in, looks like about half of what we made.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to toss this chicken up so
Okay.
it's nice and cozy.
So if you were making this at home, could you make your own seasoning and then store it up?
Absolutely.
And how long do you think it would last?
Well,
Like,
so it's dry storage. If you put it in an airtight container, it should last a lot of time.
without
More than a
any
year for sure.
preservatives and stuff like that that are probably in the packets. Okay, so we
exactly.
are all mixed up.
All mixed up.
Hey, this turned off again.
Uh-oh.
This
Let's
does
put it
not
up
like
here.
us. This
So-
thing is not a fan of me. I think it's like, you don't want to cook. You should not be cooking. Okay.
Let's try putting something in the pan. Maybe that'll help.
Yes, it needs to think you're actually doing something. Maybe it has probably a safety. We're being safe here.
So we put in 1 tablespoon of olive
That's
oil.
okay.
And we're going to let the pan heat that up. We don't want to put in cold meat with cold
So
oil.
olive oil, because it will just absorb and get gross, correct? We
Yeah.
do not want
to
gross
hear
food.
that sizzle when we go into the pan with the
Okay,
chicken.
gotcha. So it is heating. And then tell me some more about what we're going to be doing once this goes up and hopefully does not like smoke up the
Combust.
place, because I've heard some stories. You know, we don't want to set off the fire alarm here. We don't have an oven
Yeah,
hood.
hood.
So
No, we
we're
do
going to
not.
get, in my house, when we do stuff like this, I've got to open up the windows. We're getting there.
All right. So-
Otherwise, well, you know, it just turns off. We're going to keep
Yeah.
turning it on. This is going to be our thing, guys. Every week, we're going to come and see, will the pan turn on even though tested when not on camera?
It seems to be the thing.
Okay,
So what we're going to do after we get this chicken
right,
cooking
because we're
done,
going to get this heated up.
we are going to add in some other flavors while during cooking that we don't want to add in right now.
Okay.
Such as fresh herbs. You don't want to put in at the beginning of the process because they'll get mushy.
They'll
all
burn
the flavor.
or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so those are
And we
later
also
on.
have fresh lime juice that we're going to squeeze into to give it that nice acid to counteract the spiciness of it.
Yeah. So while you're cooking, you would do that, because I would think lime, maybe after it's done, you'd put it on. I guess you could do
certainly
both.
could, but I find when you cook it in there, it really absorbs that flavor.
Right,
it really
right.
melts together. It's
It
almost
does
like
smell
creating a
really
marinade
nice.
in the pan.
All right, I'm seeing if we're,
All right.
I'm going to.
It's not quite.
We are not getting hot at all, I think. Do we need emergency? Are we hot?
No?
This is like the comedy of errors. One button, then the on. From behind the scenes. Did we do it?
We did do that.
Okay, let's see. Is it getting hot? The suspense, guys. It's just like about an hour ago, I was online at the North Lime Donut Shop, and I was just online with everybody at Facebook Live. I'm like, you just have to wait for us to go. So how do we tell?
Well,
If not, we can go to the burger. And then
yes,
we
will. The light.
I think I did
we
it.
got it. There we go. All right.
I
Good job.
push the magic button. I presume that you do not cook on one of these very often.
I don't
You
like to use
prefer
electric burners.
an actual kitchen. There we go. So it's going to heat up now, guys, because it is like it's humming and working, and so we're fine. So okay,
We'll
so
let that go probably only 30 seconds at the heat.
oh,
we
it's
have it
getting
now.
oh yeah, it's getting hot now. I
Excellent.
can feel it.
Good job, us.
Guys,
we did it.
every week we're going to try to bring to you Ken, Stephanie, and a Turn Up the Beat chef push the correct buttons. That's going to be the new dynamic of the show. All right, so here we go. We're getting hot. Is that hot enough, you think? Yeah, the
I think
oil's
we're
moving
good here.
around. I knew that I was moving the oil, and I was like, this thing is not getting hot.
All right.
So you want to make sure you kind of put it evenly, right?
Yes, you
'Cause
do.
otherwise the chicken...
All right. I don't think they
We're
can hear it
sizzling.
over there, but we
We're
can
sizzling.
hear a nice
Maybe
sizzle over here.
I'm getting my mic down there. Can you hear the sizzle, guys? Okay, so we're cooking the chicken, and you've chunked these up, guys. Really, I mean, if
Yes.
you want to make it more convenient, you cut it up pretty small.
Absolutely, because you
then-
don't want to cook it in large pieces and then have to wait for it to cool down so you can cut it up and serve it.
And
later.
chicken, you don't know if you cut it in big pieces if it's cooked all the way through.
Absolutely.
That's always my
another great
fear
reason
with
to-
chicken. I kind of know things. It's just parenting. You learn these random facts, one of which is don't undercook the chicken, which is why when I even get chicken breasts, I cut them. What is that called? Does it have a name?
You butterfly.
Like I just cut them like this to get skinnier. All right, we're cooking. Oh, can everyone
Yep.
hear that? Oh, it smells good, guys. Smells
So
good.
now that we're starting to get a sear on one side,
We are.
I'm going to add in just a 4th teaspoon of salt, just
Okay.
a very small amount.
So that is not, to note, that is not in the mixture we coated on the chicken, just an extra bit of salt because everybody loves a little bit of salt. And then what do you have?
Tiny bit of black pepper.
A little bit of black pepper. We got it. Okay, we're sizzling. I'm gonna put my hair back so I don't sizzle my hair.
Good idea.
It's this long hair. I keep forgetting to put it back for this. Okay, we got it. We got it.
Okay.
Now,
Looking good.
these cook really fast, guys. So this is a good family. If you had a bigger pan at home, you
Yep,
could cook a
bigger
whole
pan.
bunch, get a whole family meal going. It would be super fast.
So see, I don't know. Let's see if we can pull it. Well,
You
we should
tell
probably
me.
leave it on the burner. just
We're a
so it
little
doesn't turn
afraid.
off. But we can see right now that it's not finished cooking on the inside, but we can see all the outside of the meat is seared now.
Right.
That's that real
Can you
nice
tilt
color.
a little bit? You tilt forward and I will show everyone. Yeah, it turned me off, but I am sure I can turn this thing back on now because I'm a pro. Whoop, off.
There we go.
There we go, you see?
Yay.
Beep, 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 beep. I got the right beeps. This thing beeps at everything, so it's hard to tell. Okay, so we're seared.
We are seared. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take about, I'd say about a tablespoon of fresh chopped cilantro.
Cilantro, fresh chopped cilantro. And you can find that like in little packets. You can buy it fresh, but can't you get little packets?
You can. It's actually cheaper to buy it fresh like this and chop it up yourself.
Oh, okay, so there you go. See? Saving
So
you
we're gonna
money.
Sprinkle a little in here, get the chicken nice and coated with
Did
that.
you see his methods there? I like that. Okay. And
then
this looks really pretty.
It does. It
Okay.
tastes even better.
All right, so here we
And
go.
we have 1/2 of a lime.
1/2 of a lime.
That's
Not
all.
like lime juice.
No.
Oh, use
you
a
could
real
use
lime.
about a teaspoon of lime juice, but lime juice
Ooh,
is
lost
fresh
some
is
chicken.
better.
I'll just leave that. Poor chicken. Okay,
So we're gonna give this one good squeeze.
a good
into
squeeze.
Our pot. Maybe 2 good
We
squeezes.
have to worry about, okay, this is a naive question of mine. We got to worry about pits and limes. Do they have pits?
They have
Like
bits-
lemons
They
do?
have seeds like lemons, but
A little bit, not
these
as much
ones we don't
problem.
have to worry about.
Okay, we don't have.
What you can
it
do is you
smells
can
so
always
good.
hold it above a strainer. And
It's also like a spa treatment over here. It's like a lime. It's really, really good. And the oil is starting to thicken up a little bit too. Okay, so is that the last step?
That is the last step. So we're just let it cook for about another minute.
And guys, this smells super, super good. And you're right, I'm not the huge fan of dark meat. Like I'm always gonna pick the white meat, but this looks fantastic to me. Like I have no problems with going for this. So I will actually buy the chicken thighs if they're on sale.
Yeah.
Can't say I ever did. But you have got me, Joel. Okay.
All right.
So are we finished?
So we are finished. We'll go ahead and turn our heat back off for real this time. We
Okay.
want it to be off.
We want it to be off. And so we're going to build our taco now.
are gonna
You
build a
could even
taco.
have your kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, this way they
when
put
I
what
teach
they want.
classes here at Turn Up the Beat and we make tacos, I always have the kids build their own tacos.
Right. So at Turn Up the Beat, you teach more of like the kind of
Yeah, I do,
food, if you will, meal classes than baking.
Yeah, I do all the basic, advanced, and international culinary classes.
I saw a picture, guys. You guys got to go to the Facebook page for Turn Up the Beat. You guys took a little field trip with your international kids,
We
and
did.
it looked super fun.
It was a blast. We had a great
Okay.
time.
All right. So what do I do?
So we're gonna need one of our empty plates over here on this
Okay.
side.
We got our beautiful plate here, and we're going to build this,
Yep. So we're gonna want to start
and then
with
we'll show you guys.
a soft tortilla shell. I think these are better for these type of tacos than a crunchy taco.
Let me just tell you, the kids get annoyed when the crunchy tacos break, and then it's a mess. Like soft tacos are easier.
So we're gonna take about 1 pinch with our tongs of
All right.
chicken
So I'm
meat.
going to build one with you. You're going to want to eat this. It's lunchtime. Okay. So I did 2 tongs. I'm sorry, too many tongs.
That looks like enough.
All right.
You never want to. The temptation to overfill your taco is always going to be real, but you're putting other things in here. You
Right.
don't want to put too much.
So look, guys, at this beautiful. You can see that cilantro there. So delicious. Okay.
And then I always put in the cheese next because it just melts a little
It'll
bit
melt
from
it
the
a
heat
little,
of the chicken.
and then it won't fall out. Got it. Got it. I'm all about just making it easy to eat, so the kids don't, get all annoyed at everything falling out.
Exactly. So then I have just a little bit of fresh pico de gallo right here.
Okay, so yeah, and you could put anything if
You
you
could
preferred
honestly put
salsa or some sort of picante sauce or something like that. Just something. But I like this as a way to put some veggies in there, and you've got some spice in this one.
Just a little bit.
Little bit of spice, I can tell. I'm gonna get that. For me, it's like the more onions, the better. Sorry.
And then lastly, I really love guacamole, so I put it on everything taco burrito, no matter what it is.
I'm not a huge guacamole but I will do it because, you know, avocados are good for your heart and stuff, right?
Absolutely.
That'll be my excuse. Sometimes I do eat things just because they're good for me. All right, so
And
are we
just
good?
for fun, I always like to garnish with a little extra fresh salt.
Garnish, and you have to have that special little.
Let's see, give a nice shot of that right
Here we go. Get in there. Get in there. You see our beautiful tacos. Looks good. All right. So can we eat these now?
We can. They are fresh and ready to eat.
It's so good. There's two people here, guys, behind the camera, and they're like, I want the taco. She wants the taco. Oh, that's so good.
And as you can see, it wasn't hard to do at all. It's really healthy. Good for
That
you.
is really good. Much better. A lot. Don't stick the chicken in the crock pot. Well, sometimes you need to. But give this a try. Oh my gosh. So what's next?
All right, so one other
Oh, we're going
thing-
back over here.
We'll go back over here for just a quick second. So one other fun twist to take on chicken is we usually see it in only two forms. We see chicken breasts
Right.
cut up or plain, and then we see like legs and wings and thighs.
Right, and
things
they
like
got the
that.
bones in there. And some kids, they just don't want to deal with that.
So one thing that all grocery stores sell, but not a lot of people really know how to use properly, is ground chicken.
Right. I think it's kind of like mushy, too mushy.
It is, yeah. The texture is a little different because it doesn't have as much fat as
Right.
like other animals do.
Right.
So what we're going to do today is we have this nice bowl of ground chicken right here, and we're going to start the process of making a chicken burger.
Okay, so I want to see, like, you put something in there.
Just a little bit.
You put a little bit of seasoning. What'd you put in there?
So I
To
put
jazz
in,
it up.
I put in just a little bit of basil and a little bit of fresh thyme in there to give it a
Okay.
little extra flavor. I didn't put enough in, so we're actually going to have to add in
Okay.
some more right here.
So add in, and so we have basil and thyme.
Mm-hmm.
Woo-doo-doo-doo. Did I put like too much? I'm a dumper.
Should be fine.
If you give me the little ramekin thing, I'm going to dump it in. And so folding it, I'm just mixing it up.
Yep, just
Okay.
mixing it up so it's well coated. We're not going to put any seasoning like salt or pepper in the
In it?
meat. We're going to season the burger itself on the
So
outside.
just those, the thyme and the basil kind of too, so that you don't have just plain.
Yeah, chicken
chicken.
doesn't have a lot of natural flavor to it like, say, pork or beef does in a
Right.
burger.
Okay, because
you
of the
wanna-
fat, I guess. All right. So
part.
I've got it all mixed up.
All right, excellent. So now we got to form ourselves a burger patty. Now,
Right.
like you said, the meat is a little softer, a little mushier, and so it's not going to hold its shape as well. It's not going to pack as easy.
Right.
So one thing I found, and I'm going to have to get my hands kind of chickeny and kind of messy.
Chickeny.
Chickeny.
Chickeny. Get your hands chickeny, guys.
But it feels kind of fun to play with.
Yeah, it is kind of. I mean, unless some kids would be like, "Ew, gross," but like, do you need it? Would you ever put like an egg in there to make it?
Depends on what you're making, but for this recipe, I don't.
No egg. Okay.
Once you cook it up, the chicken holds together.
It holds
very well.
together. Okay.
So I got it like about,
A ball like that big.
yeah, almost tennis ball size, you
Okay.
could say. And I'm actually going to start kind of tossing it back in my hands like this.
I did not know we were going to do juggling.
Juggling? Yeah, no, I'm not good at juggling. I can toss things back and forth. But
So what's the technique? Like,
So-
why would you do this?
what we're doing with this is it's kind of doing two things. And where your hands are warming it up a bit,
Okay.
and so that's slightly melting the fat that's in it.
Okay.
And so it's helping it hold together more.
Okay.
And the throwing back and forth motion is helping to cram it all together.
To make that patty so,
So
it
you
doesn't
see
fall
right now,
apart.
it's not chunky anymore. It's like a nice, smooth,
Yeah.
round shape.
Okay.
And then I always just slam it down onto the counter
It's like that,
that.
stuff that the kids like that you throw on the ground and go splat, right? So splat. So let's show everyone with my non-chickeny hands. This is about this size, and you can see how big you want. It's like the palm of my hand, and it is a perfect little patty there. Okay?
So now that we have this chicken patty, we need to season it. So if you would like with your chicken
I have
hands,
non-chickeny hands,
if
right?
you could get us just a pinch of salt and pepper and
Okay.
spread it all over the top right
Spread it all over the top like this.
here. Yep.
Okay,
That's enough.
it's snowing over here, and then we have the pepper.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to do this on both sides?
We are going to do it
Okay.
on both sides.
It's good to have a pair of chickeny hands and non-chickeny hands. Okay, here we go. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. This will be a nice like little crust. And I guess if you don't like it, if you don't like pepper as much, you just use less.
You
Is-
just use less, or you don't need the pepper
Don't need it at all. Okay.
So now we have a nice, perfectly seasoned little chicken patty that we would be ready to cook. However, we're not going to cook this on camera today because we have some problems. with our technological issues with our smoke detector.
We would have the smoke detector, and we just didn't think that you guys, because we're cooking right by the smoke detector, these patties, and I can attest that when I cook these things at home, like I said, sometimes I get my son to bring the fan out of his room, and other times I have to open the windows so that they don't create so much smoke. So I totally get it. So that is how you form the chicken patty. Would that hold up on a grill?
On a grill, yeah. I've cooked these on grills before.
Okay. I'm just curious, because it is not as firm, like you said.
Now, with a chicken burger, though, since we're not going to cook it, there are a few things I like to tell people about.
Okay.
Is when you cook it, whether on the grill or the pan, you want to make sure you sear one side at a time, where you're not constantly flipping it.
No constant flipping.
You want it to turn kind of golden brown colored.
Okay.
Under like a burger kind of turns like a brownish black color, chicken turns golden brown.
Golden brown.
So you want to sear it like that, and then you could put your cheese on last. But what I do is you always finish your chicken burgers in the oven, because you need to make sure it's cooked to 165 degrees so that it's safe to eat.
And most people are not sitting there measuring these things, but it's thin enough that it shouldn't take too long.
No, it should only take about 5 minutes in the oven once you've seared.
Okay, gotcha.
Just want to make sure it's cooked all the way through.
Perfect.
All right.
All right.
We do, however, have a finished burger over
We
here
do.
that we made in advance.
We do. We have our finished burger. What kind of cheese did you put on this?
So that is Gouda cheese.
Gouda. Gouda cheese. Honestly, I don't really know what Gouda cheese tastes like.
It's pretty Gouda.
It's should I go with, that was so cheesy? But I have told Turn to the Beat I want cheese in everything we do. That's really good. Because it's different than just buying like American. All right, so we have our chicken patty.
So we have our burger here. So let's grab ourselves a plate and move it over here where the camera can see it.
Okay.
So we're going to take our bun, and we're going to start with the bottom bun. Before we put the burger on, actually, we're going to take just a little bit of
You're
mayonnaise.
doing mayo?
Just a little bit. You could also use like an aioli or anything like that. Tastes really good with chicken.
Yeah, that's getting fancy. An aioli. Is that like, we can buy aioli?
Most places.
Okay. All right, so then we get our chicken patty.
Put our burger on, and then we'll put on just a little
I'm
piece
sorry,
of
I ate. It was Gouda. I like the Gouda.
And then fresh
Spinach.
leafy greens. Yeah, I use spinach for this, but you can really use whatever you and your family like. Just about 4 or 5 leaves.
Right.
One
And then
nice
some tomato.
big piece
That
of
is a
fresh
nice big tomato. It's rare to find a tomato that fits like the whole thing.
And then bun on top.
Bun
and
on top.
That is your delicious chicken burger.
And we have your chicken burger.
Yep.
All right. I am going to make another taco to put on our beautiful plate to show everybody, get some pictures. But guys, keep in mind, Chef Joel, thank you.
You're welcome.
That we have these episodes of Cooking by Numbers every other week. We have another one coming up. We're going to be talking about picnic season and all of that. And the whole point of this is so that you can make real food for your family with not too much involved in it, something really quick. And then you can spend time with your family in the kitchen and cook real food for your family. Look, lunch is made. And all of the recipes are on turnipthebeatlou.com, as well as all of the classes that they offer. If you want to come learn from Chef Joel, he's ready to teach. Okay, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.